See, if it was Papa Sal back in the day, and there'd be like a fly flying into like the restaurant or the pizza shop. Esta mosca me está dando loco. Most people don't know that about Papa Sal. Papa Sal speaks excellent Spanish. Excellent Spanish. Muy bien. Habla muy bien español. Me, un poquito. But Papa Sal, mucho. Today we're going to make a take on one of my favorite things, which is Mexican style street corn. We're turning into more of like a chunky corn salad with all of the same flavors that we love. If you've been following me for a few years, then you will have known a few years ago I made a like street corn dip. This is sort of similar to that, but the ratios are different just simply because I don't want this to be as creamy or like scoopable. I want it to be more like salad-like, and it's delicious. So I'm gonna run you through that. I'm also making my grilled flank steak with my pineapple salsa that I just shared with you last week, but I had it in my mind to make them together for a meal anyway, and I figured I might as well just share that with you because you are my people, you are my friend, and that's what we do. So I've got some corn. I've got 2 ears of corn here, already been shucked. This is white sweet corn, yellow sweet corn, whatever your heart desires. I have 4 of them on the grill. So if you want to come with me, I can show you kind of what they're looking like because I want the corn to be quite charred, pretty much on all sides. However, I don't want you to really burn the corn because the more you cook it, especially when it's exposed like this without the husks on it on the grill, it tends to kind of go dry and lose a little bit of its moisture, and I don't really love the flavor of that, so I want it charred, but I don't want it burnt all over the place. In the meantime, I've already grilled my pineapple for my salsa. I'm gonna go ahead and chop a ton of chives. Now we have lots of chives going in the garden, so I'm gonna use chives today, but you know, if you've got scallions, that would work really well here too. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just chop these up, one whole bunch. All right, so my corn is off the grill. To me, this is the perfect way to grill corn, especially when it comes for like a salsa. In an ideal world, love to start my corn. I've done a video on this a couple years ago where you're soaking it in the husk and then throwing it on the grill. It kind of just ensures that there's a lot of moisture in there, so when it cooks the corn, it doesn't dry out, and then at the last minute, you can take off the husks and just grill it for those grill marks. However, this, if you're gonna grill it straight on the grill, this is how I like it. I like some parts that are charred because this is where you're gonna get your flavor. However, if all of it was charred, you would get a really dry corn. A lot of the moisture would cook out, so we don't want that. So you want some charred pieces, some charred areas, and some blonde areas. If it was all too blonde, then it wouldn't be enough flavor, right? So now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut the kernels off the corn. You can do the bowl method if you want to, or you can just do very slowly, sort of one of these things where you're just gonna cut it off. Pesky fly, but hey, we're cooking outside, so you're gonna have to bear with me, okay? I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it all off. All the parties are in the bowl. We had to come inside. I have incredibly good patience with children, a little bit with men, none with flies or mosquitoes. So as soon as I see 2, 3 flies flying around me, and now my microphone's going inside. What else could possibly go wrong this week? Let it end. We had to come inside because for my own sanity, I cannot. Let me know if you're anything like me, but a fly can absolutely ruin my mood if I'm trying to cook and it is buzzing around my face. Anyway, in the bowl, to reiterate, we've got our scallion. I'm sorry, no, I lied. We have our chives. I also chopped up the cilantro, lots of cilantro, and then we've got our corn in there. Super simple, super easy. The sort of like basic components of a really good Mexican style street corn from what I've had in my lifetime. It's grilled corn, slathered with mayo or crema, whichever you have, and then you kind of roll it around in some like cilantro or in cotija and a little bit of paprika, whatever your heart desires. I like it with lots of grilled corn, lots and lots of cilantro, lime, really important. I want to give this really good tang. Lime. I would love to know, like, depending on where you are from, whether it's around the country or around the world, how you like your Mexican style street corn or how they're served in your area. Around here, in good old South Jersey, we've got grilled corn slathered in crema or mayo, typically mayo, and then it's rolled around in cheese and cilantro and a squeeze of lime and paprika. That's how I always find it, so that's kind of what I'm used to. So lots of lime, lots of salt, a drizzle of olive oil, because we're not making this a really gloopy dip type of situation. It's more of like a side dish, right? So I'm also gonna grab a little bit of mayo, probably 2 tablespoons at most, just to kind of give you that really yummy, creamy component, but again, without making it like a dip, if you will. And now just give everything a really good stir. I do want to add some freshly grated black pepper. That looks beautiful. You see how it's not like there's no creamy mess kind of piling up at the bottom. It's just kind of coating that corn so beautifully. Now, I don't add my cotija until I serve it. Perfect. I'm using the same spoon. It's just my husband and I for dinner. Let me live. That is perfect. It's really, really bright from the lime. Lots of freshness coming from the cilantro and I keep wanting to say scallions. I don't know why. The chives, and then you have it a really well-rounded, like salty and creamy vibe without it being too heavy. Now pretend you just saw my steak, my flank steak, my pineapple salsa that I made, and I'm bringing the corn to the table. Now is when I take my cotija cheese. I don't like to stir it in because it kind of starts to fall apart and it kind of loses its sharpness when you fold it in, which is kind of like when you order Mexican style street corn, it's rolled, on the outside is rolled in cotija cheese, right? So I just like to sprinkle it on the top and then go right to the table with it. And that's it, done, simple as that. I am absolutely gonna put a few dashes of hot sauce on top of this because it is muy delicioso, and we really like it. I like a little bit of heat in life and in food, and I really like the addition of a little hot sauce. You don't have to if you don't want to. You can just do a little paprika, but for me, this is pretty delicious. If you wanted to, you could add some grilled poblano, you could add some grilled zucchini, you could add some cucumbers if you wanted to. For me, cucumbers would make it a little bit too watery, but it's totally up to you. It's really versatile. You can make it with pretty much whatever you've got on hand. It's just kind of killer every time. I'm gonna go serve it with my dinner. Go to laurainthekitchen.com for the written recipe. Hope you enjoy spending time with me, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.